What's up, YouTube? So this is the YouTube post for 10/11/2025. That could be a long one. Thank you for the person who gave me one view, and I think I know who it is, and I appreciate it. But no one really looked at my teaser. So anyway, let's get into social media. I'm only gonna give two of them because I never know which one. So hit me on TikTok at AngelBoy2029. I'm not gonna give you guys out my Twitch because I probably won't even use Twitch except to view Mr. Bomb when he live streams on either platforms. And Mr. Bomb, thank God, he got his thing unsuspended. And I had to appeal some posts of mine also on TikTok for some stupid reason since they changed the freaking algorithm. But one second. Oh, there was still one pending. So here's my thing with TikTok real quick. If you don't mind me complaining. So why put music sounds on the platform to use as background? And whenever I post in general, it violates whatever freaking rule out of stupidity because of freaking AI. Like, yo. Okay, one. Oh, yeah. Keep. Sorry. Let me see if I can. Well, they're probably still pending. Yeah. Whatever. All I know is that have them get worse before it gets better. Anyway, so hit me up. So this one I have on my paper. So hit me, fan me, follow me. Instagram, Derek Curly 4500. Mind you, I do have multiple accounts on Instagram, so please be patient before I actually reply. Or they block me or make a new one, which I apologize. But that's the one I'm saying I'm on right now. And then YouNow, so I did have 4 accounts, so I'm down to 1. We're back to 2, so I have 2 accounts on YouNow. And of course YouTube, which you're already on, but have your friends sub me. I'm at 50. I had 51, but at 60 kids 30 is my user. So first account Derek Curly 90401. Please fan me or even open your account. We need people on that platform. And make sure you put it on my wall that I met you on YouTube or whatever. I saw my YouTube post, and I'll fan you back, and if you're live I'll coin you. But anyway, so current diamond balance is $21,965. Of cash I have $2.20. So I have 19,035 more likes by October 15th to keep my second crown. And that's 20,965 out of 40,000. So I need 40,000 likes in order to equal 2.5 crowns. My level, I'm at 2 222.77 experience level to 127 plus 50,000 pearls. Sorry. I'm at 10.3 mil in pearls, coins 9,487, and my profit chest is at 4.9 mil. Right now I'm at 2.1k fans. In order to be a partner, if you're now doing the same crap that they were doing before, you need 2.5 mil at least, or k, sorry, male preferred, but 2.5k in order to be considered to be a partner with you now. And I'm 424 fan of, as of the last broadcast, which was the 9th, 260,520 was my lowest, or fourth lowest. The highest one was on the 8th. I had 1.562,777. Thanks to Chris, Iron Woman, and Ina for being my top 3 fans in that broadcast. My new one, which is D Curly, K-A-R-L-E-Y 87. So I have 750 in diamond balance, that's 8 cents USD. I need to send 11,300 more likes by October 15th, so I'm like 700 shy of my next level. I'm at 205 experience to level 9 plus 50,000 bonus pearls. I think. I'll have to change that later. Pearls, I have 20,610, 4,945 in coins. I haven't a prop chest yet, so anything over 80 level is a prop chest. I have 23 fans, 31 fan of. The highest one was 2,570, that was as of last night. I'm not going to read those, but I do have 3 top fans in that one. Those things are weird. So Twitch, so if you did follow me, so it'd be https://www.twitch.tv/streamerbow 2026. And then check out my Linktree / all caps Derek Curly. My Snap Derek Curly 55. So I can put that one wrong. So okay, so remember I was telling you I was doing a credit builder account thing with a booster score. So I'm at 582, I think that is my current credit score. I did pay off the loan, so my loan reset, the thing reset at 300 for my credit balance. I still have 216, I think, to pay off on the credit card, which I should have paid off by the end of Christmas if I don't use it. But as of today, my credit limit is at 300. Current balance is 274.31, and I have available balance of 22.37 for the usage, which is probably more than that. It would take $30, which is not a 30. So we're at 50. Okay, so this is going into next year, of course, so as you know, I'm not going to say all details, but anyways, I am going to go see a fellow streamer named by Mr. Bomb, either official Mr. Bomb, official LA Bomb, or just LA Bomb. To me, his LA Bomb, even though the search site doesn't come up that way. Jeez. Anyway, personal opinion in my brain. But anyways, so this month I'll be able to save for the train trip that I will put onto my Cash App card. That we don't leave it in the bank, otherwise I'm gonna spend it like a bad girl. So, so right now, as things change, I think the last time I saw, I put it on paper, it was 400. At least I'm gonna save $400, which I'll hopefully have by the end of Christmas. So I'll be able to do Amtrak and hotel at the end of Christmas. And then I'm gonna start putting miscellaneous money on the card. Man, I copied too much. But yeah, so train's gonna be 198. So as of today, because I looked, I'm gonna use Hotels in America, which is way cheaper than Booking.com. Check it out. Okay, so from March 16th to the 21st right now, it's showing $386.15. From April 13th to April 18th, it's showing $371.95. As of today. And you guys know I'll leave at 6:20 in the morning. I'll get to oh 4:33 in the afternoon, Glendale, California, and then depart at 11:26 in the morning that Saturday, and I'll arrive back in San Jose at 8:25 p.m. So we're gonna do it. So this is as of the 6th. I think I have more current numbers, but as of that one, post views on TikTok. So hit me up at AngelBoy2029. I'm gonna try to go live today, if not sometime tomorrow, for a little bit. Post views 2031, profile views 154, likes 35, comments 2, shares 0, estimated rewards 0, followers 709, new followers 14. Alright, now to a boring reading. Anyways, so as you heard on the news, so you just got disconnected. AOL ditches 1990s relic and ends its dial-up internet service. First introduced commercially in 1989 and made largely obsolete in the 2000s by the spread of broadband. The company perhaps most associated with the technology will now stop offering it. That didn't make sense in my head. It remains unclear how many people are on such connections and why they might be using it. In 2015, AOL dial-up service was being used by 2.1 million people, but CNBC reported in 2021 that number was then in low thousands. The 2021 census in the U.S. found that 163,000 people were using dial-up, around 1% of the country's population. While it was slow and required connecting with specialized equipment that made the beeps and boops that are associated with the early internet, dial-up allows users to connect using a traditional phone connection. Yeah, pricey as crap. Using a traditional connection that allowed it to be introduced in homes without special wiring, and may still provide a connection for homes that are yet to receive proper broadband connections. Now, however, AOL says it has decided to discontinue dial-up internet, so it gave no explanation and posted the announcement that it in a relatively obscure help page on its website. The service will end on 30th September, it said at the same time it will end support for the associated software that it offers, noting that they were optimized for older operating systems and dial-up internet connections. Yeah, trust me. I had a problem with reinstalling both my laptops. So, um, I'm stuck on Windows 7, as most of you know, and I have one of them. I can do a preactivated version, which works. No flaws, no nothing. But since the original exploder, as my dad calls it, is defunct, it doesn't connect correctly anymore. And the only way to do internet is to have Firefox or Chrome, which I have the old version of Chrome, not the current one. So Explorer is kind of, it does work. You just gotta be patient with old technology. But it did let me install Chrome and Firefox for internet and stuff. But it's just crazy. That's why I wish, like YouNow, Twitch, DLive, forget Facebook. If Dreaming, if Meta would off Instagram, make it totally separate and make it like Facebook, but better. They mix MySpace, Instagram, Facebook all into one thing, plus streaming. That'd be nice. So in the U.S., in the U.S., AOL, previously known as America Online, is largely associated with those early days of internet and the dial-up technology that underpinned it. But it has gone through a number of mergers and acquisitions in years since, and now it's part of Yahoo. Alright, so this is for the military. So if you're in the military, forgive me. I actually have. So my granddad was in Pearl Harbor. My dad, I want to say Navy. Army. But I thought he might have been part of the Coast Guard at one point. My uncle, another uncle, was a lifer. At least 5 people in my family were in the service, but no more beards. The military says the days of whisker waivers are over. The grooming standards set by the U.S. military is to be clean-shaven, neat in presentation for the proper military appearance, declared Defense Secretary Pete Buttigieg. A bill passed by California legislature to reduce rideshare fares is now at Governor Newsom's desk for his signature. The bill, Senate Bill 371, was part of a broader compromise with rideshare companies and unions. It also includes a bill allowing drivers to unionize. The primary mechanism for lowering fares is to reduce mandatory insurance coverage for ride-hailing drivers, which was seen as excessively high and passed on to riders as increased costs, which is notably if you ever take Uber. And mind you, I don't do Lyft anymore. They're tears. That's another story. So the SoCal Vegas bullet train will have 4 key stops along its 2-hour route. Here's a map and projected opening date. The Brightline West will significantly shorten the trip between Los Angeles and Las Vegas as soon as December 2028. Californians will soon have a new way to reach Las Vegas via the Brightline West Line bullet train, which is now projected to open in December 2028. The massive project broke ground last year and will be a game changer for those traveling between Southern California and Vegas, cutting the route time in half thanks to high-speed trains reaching over 200 miles per hour. The 218-mile Brightline West route will have 4 key stops along its 2-hour route, which include Las Vegas, Apple Valley, Hesperia, Rancho Cucamonga. From the Rancho Cucamonga stop in San Bernardino County, travelers can hop aboard the Metrolink train to reach Los Angeles Union Station and other key transit stops around Southern California. Brightline West is a $12 billion project financed by private investment and $3 billion federal grant awarded last year. The project broke ground in April 2024 and then Secretary Pete Buttigieg and other officials landed the planned route for speed, efficiency, and environmental considerations. The system is designed to be fully electric, zero emission, utilizing high-speed Siemens, no pun, American Pioneer 220 trains at 45-minute interval. Switch to Walgreens instead of CVS. The trains will average about 186 miles per hour. Newsweek reported that the train tickets could cost at least $119 for a standard class and $113 for premium seating by 2031, based on a bond offering submitted by Brightline West. According to Brightline, nearly 50 million trips occur each year between Los Angeles and Las Vegas, over 85% of which are via automobile. The new Brightline West route hopes to serve 9 million one-way passengers each year by offering a trip that's more predictable and free of traffic. I know, I can't wait. Hopefully by then we have a better president. So, as you all know, November 2nd is Daylight Savings Time, so we lose an hour again this year. So when does Daylight Savings Time 2025 end, and when do the clocks fall back? Well, Labor Day weekend signals back to school, and the field follows near as it's the end of Daylight Savings Time. If you're looking forward to clocks falling back to get an extra hour of sleep, here's when Daylight Savings Time ends and everything else you need to know about it. When do the clocks fall back for 2025 time change? Well, Daylight Savings Time will end on November 2nd in 2025 at 2 a.m., at which time will reset at 1 a.m., which is 3 a.m. Pacific time, my time, which is never right by the time we're done anyway. So why do we change the clocks every year? According to the Farmer's Almanac, the idea behind Daylight Savings Time was to give us more daylight during the summer evenings and then move it back to give us more daylight during winter mornings. Will we lose an hour or gain an hour when DST ends? In fall, clocks will fall back 1 hour. You'll gain an extra hour of potential sleep or play. But it doesn't make sense. In spring, clocks spring forward 1 hour. You will have lost an hour when you wake that morning. When was the first day of fall 2025 equinox? Well, the first day of fall, also known as autumnal equinox, September equinox, or the fall equinox, arrives on Monday, September 22nd at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know it's been getting timed out for the website. So, the winter solstice will bring us the shortest day of the year on Sunday, December 21st, 2025, with approximately 9 hours, 17 minutes of daylight. But for now, you'll get about 4 hours of daylight. August will continue to provide us about 13 hours of daylight. To check how many hours of sunlight you'll get, and the sunrise times in a click. Well, okay, I don't have the actual link, but you guys know you can go to Google and check out your sunrise sunset times besides looking at the paper. So, New Jersey is among the majority of states that observe daylight savings time, but there are exceptions. Hawaii, parts of Arizona do not participate in daylight savings time. The territories of American Samoa, Guam, Northern Mariana Islands, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands also do not participate. So, we have to talk about who. So President Donald Trump on Thursday signed off on an agreement on TikTok sale he said would bring the app into compliance with U.S. law. The agreement gets the app one step closer to complying with the 2024 law that forced ByteDance, TikTok's China-based corporate owner, to sell the platform or have the app banned in the U.S. under the deal. The U.S. majority owner groups would receive a copy of TikTok's recommendation algorithm, which White House officials said would be trained with data from U.S. users. Trump has changed his posture on TikTok in the first term. He signed an executive order banning the app in the U.S. While this ban never took effect, it became the basis of the bipartisan bill that Congress passed in early 2024, ordering TikTok to be sold to a new owner without ties to the Chinese. During the 2024 election, Trump changed his position on TikTok and became a strong opponent of banning this app. Trump's support for the platform has only grown over time. He extended an enforcement pause on the law that forced the sale of TikTok 4 times, even though he lacked the clear legal authority to do so. Earlier this year, the White House created a TikTok account, and since he posted more than 100 videos to it. For years, congressional Republicans have raised concerns about the danger to convert content manipulation on TikTok by the Chinese government, which often exerts influence over companies like ByteDance, the company that currently owns TikTok's content recommendation algorithm. TikTok's U.S. user data is stored in Oracle servers located in the U.S., but Chinese ownership of TikTok has raised concerns among China hawks in Washington, who worry that the Chinese intelligence could retain access to massive amounts of U.S. users' data. Goodbye to a historic amusement park closes nearly after 50 years of laughter memories in the U.S. This is how their land and attractions will remain. By the Calvin Historic Amusement Park in the U.S. you can find many options when it comes to entertainment, from modern attractions to classic parks that have marked generations. Among the many options, California amusement parks stood out like a favorite place for families and tourists, but it has already a definitive closure date after 50 years of functioning. Of course, we're talking about Paramount's Great America, or what was Paramount, located in Santa Clara, California, and famous for its roller coasters, family rides, seasonal events. The amusement park has become a landmark in the Bay Area now due to business decisions and market changes. This place will close forever after the Halloween season of 2027. So let's learn more about the sad decision. Okay, so personal note. So I'm going to say it later. Hopefully in 2027, a friend and I will go to Great America and try to make a vlog out of it before it goes away. Also, I'm going to try to go up to Felton, to Roaring Camp. I've only been there once. I love the trains, and do a vlog up there too. But for right now, the time Great America will be cheaper. It is by cab anyway, not the admit. But anyway, so look forward to that. The Inn of an Era. So California's Great America opened for the first time almost 50 years ago. So mind you, I'm 51 for the story. So okay, so it opened, if I'm right, 2 years, or a year, sorry, a year after I was born. Anyways, I've been there once, and then I went there again for my high school graduation. A friend of the family of my mom, the mom's daughter was graduating the same year as me, different state and different I think high school, but we mixed both of our graduations into one. To become one of the main places of entertainment in the state, generations enjoyed the shows and rides, making it a reference in leisure. However, its current parent company, Six Flags Entertainment Corporation, has confirmed that it will not renew the lease once it expires because it's part of a strategy to optimize assets. So the park's operations will wind down over the next few years until the final season ends in 2027. So why? Well, the reason behind the closure doesn't have to do with the lack of visitors. It's more about a combination of business and market factors. The land on which California's Great America sits was previously owned by Cedar Fair, which decided to sell it. The property was purchased by the real estate company Prologis, which now controls most of the site. According to reports, changes in the amusement park market also influenced the decision, making long-term operation less sustainable. As a result, Six Flags will stop managing the park and Prologis will take possession of the land, meaning the end of almost half a century of history. So the closure of California's Great America will make a significant impact on Santa Clara's community. So, I don't know how to word this. This is actually a comment from someone. They mean hundreds of people work at a music park and many others depend on it in an indirect way through hotels, restaurants, and nearby shops. Apart from the jobs, the community will lose a meeting point for local families and an important tourist attraction. Now, for me, when I was growing up, if you're old enough to remember Frontier Village, that was my theme park. And also had a family living in the home park if you ever been on Monterey Highway in San Jose, California. So yeah, so another one gone. An important tourist attraction for national and international visitors, the lack of this park will leave a notable gap in the region's entertainment landscape. So what will happen to the land and the rights? Well, with Prologis as a new owner, it's not clear yet what it will use it for, since the company hasn't announced any specific plans for the development of the land. I don't know what's mall. It's up north somewhere. That somebody, one of the mall operators, actually bought the old train from Frontier Village. So that's awesome. About the infrastructure and rights, they will progressively dismantle until the closure of 2027. We don't know if the transaction will be relocated to other amusement parks or sold. Witnessing its dismantling remains a visible end of California's Great America, leaving just memories to go to once visited. So it would be nice to see them at other parks, right? So the closure of confidence Great America reflects the changes in the amusement park industry. Markets are shifting, wholesale values are rising, and companies are adapting their strategies. So while new entertainment experiences continue to emerge, some classic amusement parks are disappearing after decades of operation. It is true the official closure date is after Halloween 2027, but the countdown has started and time flies. If you have a chance to go to the amusement park while it's still open, don't even think about it. Just go and enjoy the last moment while it's open. Okay, so we have to talk about Jimmy Kimmel, which he had the highest ratings. Thanks to who. But anyway, Kimmel returns Tuesday, but not on Sinclair's ABC station, which now is broadcasting the Jimmy Kimmel Show. So good news, everyone. Coastal Media elites? We'll call it affiliates. We'll get their way. ABC says that it will resume Jimmy Kimmel Live on Tuesday after suspending him for a few days over misstatements about the murder of Charlie Kirk. But not everyone is on board. Syndicator Sinclair Media Group confirmed that 30 ABC affiliates will not air it. It's unclear if Nexstar will follow suit, even though they were the first to refuse to carry the show last week. Advertisers and viewers may also stay away if ABC resumes taping. Hollywood, of course, has declared this their Rosa Parks moment. Howard Stern said he could, quote, no longer keep his mouth beep in defense of Kimmel. He has literally never kept his mouth shut, which is true. Alright, so did you know? 6 million. That's how many viewers Jimmy Kimmel had for his return to ABC on TV. His opening monologue drew more than 15 million. As of this writing on YouTube, he cast himself as a free speech hero. His uploads usually average about 240,000 views. So this is a major bump to Jimmy Kimmel. $36.95. That's the average price of a McDonald's order across several U.S. cities, which is about right. I think I paid under $35 for mine last night. According to the new study, a Big Mac combo meal, a quarter pounder with cheese deluxe large meal, 6-piece chicken nuggets, Happy Meal, and a hamburger Happy Meal. Ordering the same basket via delivery apps, Uber Eats, DoorDash, added nearly 8% to the cost on average. We don't talk about water enough, or drink it. We don't talk. So clean drinking water is one of the best investments you can make for your family's health. That's why we switched. Okay, I get some of these from another source. So if I say we, they, it's not me. Okay. That's why we switched to Cove Pure, the best purifier we've tried. Why it matters. Municipal plants aren't built to filter out many modern contaminants, leftover pharmaceutical PFAs, fluoride, and agricultural runoff can slip through. Cove Pure is a lab certified to remove up to 99.9% of impurities, including those categories. So what you pour is what you intend to drink. So it tastes like water, should be clean, crisp, no aftertaste. You want to drink more. Countertop simple, no plumber, no drinking. Just fill and plug in. Your perfect temp, hot, cold, or warm at touch of the button. I'm not saying it's advertisement, but okay. Anyway, so Rite Aid has closed all of its nationwide stores after 63 years in business, with the company announcing it shut down on its website and thanking customers for the support. The closures followed the company's Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing in May 2025, which was its second since 2023. Customers can visit the Rite Aid website to get more information on the prescriptions, which were transferred to other pharmacies like me, CVS, Albertsons, Kroger, and Walgreens. Okay, so side note on this one. Here's my complaint. Okay, if You're watching and you're a business person. Why do you like increased volume in your company or store, but you don't increase the hours to cover the increased foot traffic? That don't make sense. Anyway, Oregon man won cash for life in 2012. The Publishers Clearinghouse went bankrupt. Now he may lose his home. An old TV commercial once promised, and mind you, I'm so done with doing that. I don't know how many times I had to add, Oregon man and picture all the stuff and I'm saying, yeah, no. Waste of money. Old TV commercial, only Publishers Clearinghouse can make you rich so fast. Yeah. Called you're wasting your own money on junk. But as some unlucky winners discovered this year, they can also make your fortune disappear just as quickly. That's what happened to John Wiley, a 61-year-old Oregon man who won $5,000 a week for life from PCH Prize Patrol in 2012. According to NBC affiliate KGW81, he received an annual check for $260,000, which helped him retire and buy a house on 6 acres in scenic Bellingham, Washington. But this year, the checks suddenly stopped after PCH filed for bankruptcy without warning him or other winners. Wiley told KGW8 the turn of events feels like a nightmare, especially as he hasn't worked in over a decade and can't find a job now. Wiley's story is a harsh reminder that easy money isn't always forever. It's a reality check that could strike anyone who finds themselves scrambling to offer loss. From bankable to bankruptcy. KGW reported that Wiley is one of at least 10 winners still owed money they'll likely never receive. ARB Interactive, which paid $7.1 million to buy PCH, announced it would only honor prizes won after it took over in July. Past winners still wanting a payment will have to seek payment from the bankruptcy estate. According to the Wall Street Journal, 2, Andrea Cole Badara, a University of Oregon law professor, told KGW8 it's unlikely those winners will be able to collect the winnings. They'll be considered unsecured creditors competing for money that simply doesn't exist. PCH collapse followed a sharp post-pandemic decline after growing from nearly $900 million in annual revenue to pre-COVID to just over $180 million last year. Analysts blame competition with online giants like Amazon, along with a $118 million Federal Trade Commission settlement in April for deceptive practices that tricked people into thinking they had to buy products, which is not true. I did that too, to improve their sweepstakes odds. And some of this stuff is really cool. The company filed for bankruptcy that same month, and how to protect your financial windfall. Well, the PCH saga is a cautionary tale for anyone who comes into large sums of money, whether it's a sweepstakes, giveaway, a lottery win, or an inheritance without a plan. That money can dry up faster than you think. Here are some steps to help protect your windfall. Okay, sorry, I didn't finish this part. Okay, going on. So I'm sure you saw a story about Weimu being pulled over by an officer. So what do you do when a traffic violation is committed by nobody? Okay, keeps jumping. So police in California had a problem when they pulled over a Weimu for making an illegal U-turn. The perp was let off the warning to his software developers. Commentators asked the obvious, how do you even pull over Weimu? Well, it turns out the car dutifully responds to sirens and pulls over just like a human driver. So, massive California water park set to get even bigger with major expansion. Wildwater Adventure Park is adding an attraction 25 years in the making. When it happens next year, one of California's largest water parks is slated to be even bigger than it is now. Wildwater Adventure Park in Clovis, California, has broken ground on an expansion that will add an attraction that has been in works for decades. The park closed for the season in September. This off-season, Wildwater is set to add 900-foot lazy river. The attraction, called Endless River, will have zero-depth entry across points throughout the river's loop. It meant to be a relaxing counterpoint to the park's more intense water experience. The 52-acre park features 38 water slides, 3 fishing lakes, and a massive wave pool that holds nearly 1 million gallons of water. The Orca Lagoon in the park's original pool and Buccaneer Landing and Adventure Bay are themed water play areas for younger kids. Wildwater also hosts daily foam parties. The 52-acre features 38 water slides, 3 fishing lakes, a massive pool that holds nearly 1 million gallons of water. I know, don't worry. The Orca Lagoon is the park's original pool. Buccaneer Landing and Adventure Bay are themed water play areas for younger kids. Wildwater also hosts daily. Sorry, if I repeat stuff, I'm sorry. Alright, so here's the new laws in 2026. I'm going to put 2025, I think. So California has recently passed several new laws in response to rising living costs, housing prices, utility bills, and everyday service fees increasing. These measures aim to provide some relief for residents. They focus on practical protections to consumers without promising to solve the state's broader economic challenges. Here's the first one. According to Patch, among the recently approved package of measures, these 6 are the ones most likely to impact taxpayers' wallets. Easier cancellation for homeowners. So Senate Bill AB 1327. The measure updates home improvement and home solicitation contracts for modern times. Homeowners can now cancel agreements by phone or mail, a change advocates say was way long overdue. The update is designed to shield customers from pushy sales practice and the hassle of outdated paper-based cancellation procedures. Cracking down on price collusion. AB 325. The regulation aims to modernize California's antitrust laws for the digital age. The bill brings pricing algorithms under the state antitrust scrutiny, stopping companies from using software to coordinate practices or artificially limit supply to drive up costs. It focuses on uncovering hidden forms of collusion in online marketplace and e-commerce. Basic appliances now required for rental, which is AB 628. The new law mandates that all rental units come equipped with essential kitchen appliances, including a working stove, refrigerator, to be deemed habitable. Advocates for tenants say the measures fills a gap in state housing regulations and guarantees renters across the basic living necessities. More transparency for car buyers. So this is SB 766. The measure targets misleading practices in the auto sale industry. It mandates clear disclosures during the car buying process and prohibits add-on services and features that offer no real value to consumers. Advocates say this law will help California steer clear of unnecessary markup and confusing sale tactics. Refunds on food delivery orders. AB 578. This law guarantees that customers receive a full refund if a food delivery platform does not complete their order. It streamlines the refund process and seeks to eliminate the junk fees, complicated refund procedures that have long frustrated users of app-based delivery services. A new survey shows which states have best Halloween spirit. It's North Dakota, Delaware, and Idaho, supposedly. So some more closures. Wave beloved off-price chains including TJ Maxx, JCPenney to close over 30 stores. All four chains announced closures recently due to a variety of reasons, which has put thousands of jobs at risk, and four chains announced closures. Oh, just FYI, you know the rumor on TikTok that Kmart's back? Lie. Just wanted to know, no lie. Recently, due to a variety of reasons, which has put thousands of jobs at risk, several chains have been hit hard by bankruptcies this year. So at the end of September, TJ Maxx announced that it will be closing one of its locations in Boston, Massachusetts. Okay. American retailers are struggling right now, and with the rising pressure of things like tariffs and shifting consumer spending habits, it is becoming harder to stay afloat, according to TJ Maxx. At the end of September, TJ Maxx announced it will be closing the three-story store will permanently shut down January 3rd, 2026, which is 8 days shy by B-Day. The store has been open since 2016, and the announcement means that over 100 employees will lose their job. JCPenney's has been forced to shut over 200 locations this year following its bankruptcy filing. In late August, liquidation sales were announced at two further locations in Pennsylvania and California. At the Pennsylvania store, shoppers can still save up to 7% on all of the merchandise as well as store equipment. Only a fall 2025 closing window is known so far for the Pennsylvania spot. California store, which has been open for 32 years, will close the public on November 19th. It will then close fully on November 21st. So I've never seen this one, but it's called At Home. So I'm sure something like Bed and Bath & Beyond. On September 30th, At Home permanently closed the 29 stores across the country. I'm just going to read them on the California. So the closed stores were, I'm sure this is for At Home. 750 Newhall Drive in San Jose, California. Three 8320 Del Shore Circle South in Sacramento, California. 2900 North Bellflower Boulevard in Long Beach, California. The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in June of this year. At Home chiefs highlighted a number of reasons for filing, including mounting debt and the pressure from Donald Trump's tariff policies. Court documents revealed that At Home was in debt for the tune of $2 billion. Leading up to closures, massive liquidation sales were being held at all of these At Home stores. That's cheap. The discount chain, that's cheap, announced at the end of last month that it has closed half of its total stores. That includes the store in Orangeville, California, store and two stores in Sacramento, California. But the chain has teased a future despite the closures. Almost done. on social media that the Sacramento store posted. We are officially closing this week. Very exciting things in the works. Okay. Alright. In my head I thought it'd be longer, but okay. But anyways, if you like this upload, give me a like, give me a share, put in a comment what stores that you know that were closed or you want to come back. I know Toys R Us is coming back eventually. They actually will have some brick and mortar stores in California eventually. But right now they're in Macy's as a pop-up kind of thing. But Bed Bath and Beyond is back. I need to research where, but it's under a different company, and I don't think they're gonna be brick and mortar. But anyway, as always, subscribe. We're at 50. Like, share, comment. If you have any story you want me to talk about, put it in the comments, and I'll try to see if I can find that story. But anyway, check me out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. That's where I'm at in my head. And of course, you now sign up. I'll definitely fan you once you put your user in my wall. So go to www.younow.com, sign up, and you put at least minimal, put your Gmail, put your Facebook in. Can't do Instagram, unfortunately, even though the little icon on the thing, which is boo-boo. Add your coins, start fanning some people that you think you might like. If you want to sub the person, that's awesome. I need subs, but no one gives me a sub. Unless I give them a sub, which is stupid. If you have an older Chrome, it may not work as well since it originally had a computer hack, which is effed up. But anywho, that is my upload for October. I will have more information on my trip to LA in the next upload. And hopefully by then I will have the 198 saved for the train for Amtrak. I want a sleeper car, but for that trip they're not offering it, unfortunately, which sucks. Oh yeah. By the way, so I did get my hours back at least for this month. So I actually have semi-decent paychecks. So, and then hopefully if November, because we're at the end of the month, how they just cut hours and put hours back for Christmas and all that crap. But anywho, just waiting for Amazon. I did Amazon Fresh for groceries today, so they're coming between 5 and 7. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you on the next video. You're still thinking about the Bills game, huh? Try this. Better? Oh gosh.